Mark Twain said, "History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme." Alternatively, Henry Ford argued, "History is more or less bunk." Where do you stand on the importance of history as a subject? At A-level, history is a rigorous yet academic subject that is held in high regard by universities and employers alike. Apart from obvious career routes such as history lecturing, teaching, research, being an archivist, librarianship and museum curatorship, history is also a useful background for careers in law, journalism, management, accountancy and business. Many of our pupils go on to study the subject at university, including reading history at Cambridge and Oxford. The History A-level course encompasses many transferable skills, such as analysing, critical reading, debating, researching, communication, and of course problem solving. The study of history also enables the ability to prioritise information and learn how to make vital decisions. This helps people to build an important skill set needed for progression into university or a career. The soft skills history promotes can be invaluable in any working environment, not least its focus on understanding what motivates people. So, what do we study at A-level? Exeter School offers a modern history course that attempts to strike a balance between British, European and world history. The overarching theme is the development and erosion of democracy, from 1800 to 2000. Building on knowledge and skills learnt at GCSE, the course develops a greater understanding of the modern world, not least key themes such as imperialism, nationalism, capitalism and communism. Important skills in the handling and evaluation of historical source material are developed to enhance pupils' critical reading and understanding of the past. So, what topics do we follow? We follow the Edexcel Route F course. There are 4 topics in this A-level course. 2 are studied in the lower 6th and the remaining 2 in the upper 6th. Paper 1, we study In Search of the American Dream, the USA 1917 to 96. This option comprises a study in breadth in which pupils will learn about the dramatic political, economic and social transformation of the USA in the 20th century, an era that saw the USA challenged by the consequences of political, economic and social inequalities at home and its involvement in international conflict. The course involves important topics on the quest for civil rights and the changing position of women in modern American society. Crucial themes that are relevant to current affairs. The focus of study is on developments and changes over a broad timescale, and so the content is presented as themes spanning a significant duration, 1917 to 1980. This option also contains an in-depth study of historical interpretations on a broad question, which is contextualised by and runs on from the theme of what impact the Reagan presidency had on the USA in the years 1981 to 96. The second lower 6th topic for Paper 2 is on India, 1914 to 48, the road to independence. This option involves an in-depth study of the transition of the Indian subcontinent from a British colony to independence. The gaining of Indian independence influenced both the nature of civil rights campaigning and the search for national self-determination throughout the world. Pupils will gain an in-depth understanding of the changing relationship between Britain and India from the outbreak of the First World War to the achievement of independence for the Indian subcontinent, and of the reasons for this, with particular reference to Indian nationalism. In light of current concerns to decolonise education and interest in the Black Lives Matter campaign, this topic is also of great significance to our understanding of current affairs and the wider world in which we live. In the upper 6th, Paper 3 focuses on Ireland from 1774 to 1923. The option comprises 2 parts, aspects in depth, looking at long-term changes, and also aspects in depth which focus in detail on key episodes. Together, the breadth and depth topics explore the Irish struggle for constitutional change and the ways in which the Irish economy and society changed and their impact on mainland Britain. This was a difficult period in the development of Irish society, and especially for Anglo-Irish relations, involving passion, tensions and commitment to different causes that were in many ways irreconcilable, and an outcome that by 1923 left many dissatisfied and eager for further change. This topic complements our USA course with its look at growing civil rights for Catholics, and also the India course with similarities in how Britain subjugated and exploited another colony, albeit closer to home. The final element is the non-examination assessment or coursework on Hitler's Germany, 20% of the overall course. This unit allows pupils to examine issues of historical interpretation and historiography. The work of 3 historians will be used to debate a key issue, such as how powerful a dictator was Hitler, or how popular were the Nazis. A single extended essay on a topic of choice is written of no more than 4,000 words. Past students often cite this component of the course as vital preparation for independent study at university. In summary, the method of examination is as follows. There are 3 external exam papers worth 80% of the overall marks. Paper 1, USA, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Paper 2, India, 1 hour 30 minutes. Paper 3, Ireland, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And of course, the coursework element on Nazi Germany, marked internally, but then externally moderated, worth 20% of the overall mark. Entry requirements are fairly straightforward. Ideally, at least a grade 6 in GCSE history or a similar subject, such as English. But it is not, I repeat, not a requirement to have studied GCSE history. I'm joined by 2 upper 6th formers, Harry Cornford and Lily Howe. I have a few questions for them about studying A-level history. First of all, why did you decide to study A-level history?
I think it was definitely the content of the course that drew me. It certainly hasn't disappointed. I love the way that you get to study different periods and also regions of history, but also able to spot the links between the topics. For example, the India and the Ireland topic both deal with nationalism. And also, I would say that the coursework as well, it's been great to be able to research what I want to, really.
Yeah, and also learning about lots of different people in different countries, not just England and the UK, which is quite nice. So like the America course and the Ireland course, you get to learn more about just your little bubble, so it seems.
Excellent. What do you consider to be the most important feature of the A-level course that you studied so far?
I would say it's the variety that history offers, not only in the topics, but also in the techniques needed to tackle the course, because each exam paper is slightly different. So you need different techniques to reach different judgments about the different periods and subjects that we cover.
And obviously the videos are down snow.
Well, yes, down snow videos always go down well, yes, very good.
And being challenged, I guess, by lots of different things, so you've just got to keep learning, and I sort of enjoy that challenge of different things being thrown at you, which is nice.
Great stuff, brilliant. What advice would you give anybody considering starting the A-level history course?
I would say don't be afraid to read around the subject that you're looking at. Don't just look at the textbook, but also if you can, find other things to do with the topic that you're covering, but perhaps go beyond, so you can show your knowledge when you take the exams, and that can also be helpful if you're going for universities that require interviews, and then you can show that you've done further reading outside your course.
And be aware it is essay-based subject, so your hand is going to hurt, but it is worth it, and although it is an essay subject, it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's important to bear in mind. I mean, we can't get away from the fact it does require some writing, but hopefully we'll sort of break that into you gently, and by the time we get to the upper 6th, the end of the upper 6th, would it be fair to say you're more skilled at it?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. How does history fit in with your other A-level choices?
So for me, I'm studying languages along with history, and I definitely think that they do go together well, because history and languages both allow you to look at the cultures of other places. Language is sort of more the modern way, and how language is affecting the culture, and then through history you can see how the cultures have sort of got to where they are now. So
giving you a kind of wider cultural perspective. Yeah, good. And Lily?
I do quite a lot of other essay subjects. I do politics and English lit as well. So the essays help train your hand, and politics ties in as well with the America course in history, which is quite useful, so you can sort of collide those two together, which means you don't have to revise as much, but it still works and helps you understand more about the America course itself. Yeah, there's quite a good overlap, isn't there, between the USA element and also the politics course, isn't there? Particularly relevant at the moment with, of course, the American elections going on. Oh, yeah.
So, do you intend to use your history A-level skills in the future? And if so, how?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking to study history-based courses at university, and even though I'm sort of looking at the more older medieval side of things, I definitely think there are transferable skills. So looking at sources and reaching a balanced judgment on the period.
Like Harry, I'm studying history courses at university. I think there are lots of good transferable skills you can apply from history to other courses, like politics or even English if you want. But I think it's a useful skill to have in general, let alone just now.
Thank you both very much.